stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. Ooh, I'm gonna try a little trick. I'm gonna post this one to Mobilize Recovery and see if it gets in. Let's try it. Why not? Why not? I know Ryan Hampton. Worst that's gonna happen is they're gonna say no, which is most likely the case, but there's nothing in here that should go against any of their rules. There's probably some other ones that I've done though that would go against the rules. So that's one of the things that you got to be careful about is what you're talking about on here, right? It's got to sometimes I might have one where I've maybe talked about something that isn't the right arena for necessarily recovery. So sometimes I won't put them in other groups. Like when I do updates for trudging together and stuff, or a lot of times I just come on here and speak my mind about maybe what's going on. But we got to ask ourselves, when we're doing things, are we adding more confusion than harmony to the situation? What are we doing? What are our intentions? These are things that must be looked at all times. Okay, and it's something that you will get used to. It is something that you will get used to. Whoa. Hey, now you get to see my stairs. Pretty cool, huh? All right, let's get that back to where it's supposed to be. I want to see if I can find something just real quick here. I believe it's in step 10. There it is. And I just felt like reading this. It'll probably go along with Sticks and Stones, but sometimes I need to give people a little time to get here. So if you are here, whether you're watching live or the rewatch, please say hello. I got a lot of rewatchers. And of course, welcome to the Daily Trudge. Stuff is where I say that. Our first objective will be the development of self-restraint. This kind of goes along with this. All right, we'll get to it. I'm just going to kind of read through this. This carries the top priority rating. I don't understand why the water is still running. Give me a second. I need to go check something because the water should not be running. All right, no overflow. We're good. Just we had to wiggle the handle a little bit. So our first objective will be the development of self-restraint. This carries a top priority. When we speak or act hastily or rashly, the ability to be fair-minded and tolerant evaporates on the spot. We're going to need this skill with what it is, with what I'm getting ready to talk about. So that's why I'm reading it first. Okay, because we're going to need some restraint. Sorry, I was just making sure. Okay. One unkind tirade or one willful snap judgment can ruin our relationship with another person for a whole day or maybe a whole year. Yes, we read this yesterday, but it goes with this. So nothing pays off like the restraint of tongue and pen. We must avoid quick tempered criticism and furious, power driven argument. The same goes for sulking or silent scorn. These are emotional booby traps, baited with pride and vengefulness. Our first job is to sidestep these traps when we are tempted by the bait. We should train ourselves to step back and think, for we can neither think nor act to good purpose until the habit of self restraint has become automatic. Good. So, I was talking with a fellow peer, when I say peer, I mean coworker, right? We're talking with another coworker. I was telling her, because she was asking about my kids and stuff, and I told her that my stepdaughter and my son were married. And I think I may need to be careful on how much information I'm willing to divulge, because she had a knee jerk reaction, and her knee jerk reaction was, "That's disgusting." She didn't even think about it, right? And it pissed me off. It did. I did not react, though. I didn't react. I did self restraint. I went outside and had a cigarette, thought about it, and I thought, well, you know what, Dion? Do you think maybe, just maybe, that you kind of set that up? Just kind of the way it was presented to her. I had a part in that, right? So, I mean, that was pretty quick, and it did hurt my feelings. Yeah, sure it did. Hi, Ingrid. That's all right. I just sat here and yacked while shooting. Sorry, I gotta answer this. All right. My cousin is I don't know what, gay. Are you allowed to say it that way? I don't know. See? And so sometimes I ask him questions that I don't understand about LGBTQ. And I noticed that he had changed his name to DAI. And I'm like, was that like and I'm asking him, is that like a thing? He's like, no, it's just my name shortened, Jedediah. But I saw another one that was a Dia also. So I sent it to him. He's like, no, that's her real name. Okay. So it's not a gay thing. He's my cousin, and I love my cousin. So, and he's always very respectful with my stupid questions. And I appreciate that. So sticks and stones. And we know this saying, sticks and stones may break our bones, but words will never hurt me. Okay. Where'd that originate from? I don't know. But we'd probably figure out why it turned around. Why? Why did that saying come about? Well, bullying, right? Bullying. Kids can be harsh. Kids can be very harsh. Okay. They only know what you're saying, guys. They only know what you're saying. That's on you. That's on you. Is how you're. Can you not knock on that, please? I'm live. Thank you. Okay. Must have been a dog tail. I'll be right back. I'm live right now. All right. Sorry, I just can't do ding, ding, ding. Some noises I can handle, but when they're higher pitched, it's just harder. It's just harder for me. All right. Ingrid has said, I ask my eldest child questions all the time, and they seem to know more than my older gay friends. Yeah, you know. Here's the thing: is I like to ask because then when I have somebody around me that I know probably hasn't had an easier life because they like men instead of women, I I don't want to say I treat them differently because I don't treat them differently, but I do put more respect in there. I think that's what I'm going for to let them know that because nobody deserves to be treated like that. Uh-uh. If you're gay and your dad don't want you, I'll be your dad. That's fine because nobody deserves that. Okay. I grew up with men in my life. They didn't want to be my dad. Literally, they either ran away or just plain told me I'm not your dad. No, you married my mom. You know, and he said some pretty horrible things to me. Do you think that maybe these kids run around and just kind of repeated what it is that we say? Right? How are we going about it? Oh, look at me. I'm cool and I can swear in front of my children. That's the one that gets me. Don't don't swear in front of your children. My daughter does that. You know what they're going to do? Here's a good example of that. When my kids were younger, they played a lot of GTA, right? So they were always screaming and swearing. And every time I talked to them, there was some swear word in there. And I told them, I said, you best watch that because one day you're going to swear and it's going to be highly inappropriate. You're going to feel very, very bad about it. And they laughed me off. It wasn't but 2 weeks later that it happened. It was that was so well timed. And he did it in front of a customer at his work and got written up. You're right, Dad. Right? Now he understands it. He don't swear hardly at all now. None of my kids, well, my daughter does. I probably swear more out of all of us. Right? So this came around because we needed, well, remember, honey, that words don't hurt. Right? What a stupid fucking codependent line. Because guess what? They hurt. They do. Your words have the power to heal. They have the power to kill. Well, you don't agree with me? All right. I'm going to introduce you to a narcissist. I want you to be good friends with them for 6 months. Then when you come back, you tell me how all that gaslighting felt. You're going to think much differently on it. Here's my thing. I don't mind people speaking on certain topics, even though they haven't been through them themselves. I'm live right now.
I know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were the wife. You can do anything you want. Yes, wife gets to do what she wants because she pays for this. Anybody else? No, they usually stay at the top of the stairs. I tell you. Here was one thing. So I was a bedwetter, right? So I was 11. And my name is Dion. What does Dion rhyme with? You'll get it quick. Peon. Right? So when I was called Peon Dion, it hurt a lot more than people thought. When my brother and my friends called me that, it was even worse because they knew that I had that problem. And that hurt. And guess what? I stopped being friends with them. In fact, my brother kept being friends with one of them. He reached out about a year ago, and I said no. Why would I want to talk to my old bully? He was a bully until he recognizes that. I want to talk to him. It makes no difference in my life. Ooh, look, my disappearing cup. Watch this. This will be kind of fun. Go up the stairs here. I can't do backward stuff. There you go. Put it in the. Yeah, see, it's backwards, so it's confusing me because my dyslexia is trying to put it backwards and it's putting it back in the right place, and I can't do it. What? My wife's looking me at me adoringly, and when she does that, it still confuses the fuck out of me.
Why?
Not here. Oh yeah, when I take a drink, my whole face disappears. I am your master. All right, let's get back to this. Got all sorts of jokes going on around here. So as we get older, what starts to happen? See, that whole sticks and stones thing threw us for a loop. What we were told was, you're not allowed to share your feelings. That's what that means. But words will never hurt me. It's not true. It can't be true. Why do we still use it? What the fuck is wrong with us that we're still using that line? Should be, sticks and stones may break my bones and yours too. Get the fuck away from me. I did a lot of shit talk to bullies when I was younger. Bullies have never, I've never really been, I was at a younger age, I was afraid because they were always bigger than me. But I found out that most of them were wusses and that they would usually back down. But I did get pushed around a couple of times for interfering with bullying. I've just always been that way. I don't like bullies. I've been bullied all my life. Yes, I still get bullied. People try and do shit all the time. Okay? But as we get into adulthood, this line, this saying, just it doesn't fit anymore. So what are we supposed to utilize? Because here's the problem. Here's the problem. The system is broke. See, you used to be able to trust in the process, and now we can't even do that. I'm talking in general. I'm not talking about AA. I'm talking about if you try and go get mental health help, good fucking luck. Okay? You're almost better. This is what I do. I go to AA and I read about my stuff. I can be honest with myself. I don't need somebody else around for me to take an ADHD test. I can do it myself. I don't need you. It's just that I can't put the signature there that I need in order to get things done, right? Okay. When it's mental health, it usually means now. Okay. If we knew when depression would happen, we'd be able to work with it, but we do not. When somebody is in crisis, it is now, not in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, this person might be dead. I used an example this morning. I'm going to reuse it. All right. AA is better therapy than my therapist, and the price is much better. AA can get rid of 90% of your shit. See, that some people don't need to go to therapy afterwards. They got their stuff taken care of in the 4th and 5th and the 8th and 9th. And that's fantastic. Okay. AA is a therapeutic program. We can't claim it. We can't claim that. That'd just be silly anyway. Because AA is all about one peer working with another. Right? There's no dues to be paid. There's no axes to be cried. The reason that it works well for you is because you have to give nothing in return. There's no expectation. Okay. And even if you see a therapist, there is a level of expectation, is there not? Yes, there is. Right? There's going to be an expectation of money. Okay. And when money appears, then comes the need of services. Right? And things like that. I still need the med, but I get more out of the group talking. Yeah, I get you. I get you on that. And just real quick, so I take Cymbalta for my depression. It also helps with my anxiety and my PTSD. Okay. Um, and what that does is it sets me to normal, like you guys, so that I can work on my problems. So if you go on meds and you don't work on your problems, you're just sober horse thief. Remember that. Meds come with action. Personally, I think action comes before meds, but that's for me because I was getting a little tired calling up. Yeah, I need this is what I was telling them. I need an assessment for ADHD. Okay, well, we can get you meds. I never said anything about meds. I don't want ADHD meds. I don't want Adderall and all that other crap. No, I don't want it. I don't even know if I have it. So why the fuck am I going to take drugs for it? If I don't have a cold, I'm not going to take cold medicine. Or I'm going to wait for the cold to appear. Oh, I just have some congestion, man. I just need a decongestion. That's it. I don't need the rest of it. See? So what do we do about this? Because when it comes down to it, what we're talking about is stigma. And it's in the AA rooms. It's everywhere, you know. Um Today and it is kind of funny, but it was a sober living starter pack. They gave him the long shirt and meaning, and it was kind of funny, but it kind of hurt. It kind of hurt because it was a bunch of sober living managers doing that. So what are they saying about their clients? Now it's a good for fun joke, but when you are a person that people listen to, your responsibility becomes different. You're going to say, yep, my first sponsor told me go off my meds, but I wouldn't be able to drive without them. They make me even normal people. Yeah. A word to sponsors. You are not fucking doctors. Shut your goddamn mouth. Sorry. I'm sorry, dude. That's a word I don't use. No, I just used it, but every time. I don't use it like I used to. Sponsors, stop giving medical advice. I've been through more of it than you have. I don't give medical advice. I give my experience. I'll let you know what I'm on. I'll let you know the process that I went through. But I can't give you the answers because the answers that I got for my trauma isn't going to be the same for you. Okay. So when you go start sponsoring people, oh, Ingrid, do you know what let's catch that. Okay. Complacency. That's what that was. Remember, we talked about this earlier. Remember that, Ingrid? We were talking about how complacency is this somebody telling you what they think that they are right without looking into the problem. And that's what that would have been. So, right? And I get that. It'd be nice if we could have more control over our own mental health. And that's kind of what I've done. I have a therapist. I do EMDR. Um, I do need to get assessments set up. But this whole 3-month wait is just, so I need to do more digging into that. So as we get, huh, babe?
Call that number I gave you.
I don't remember it. Send it to me again. Thank you, babe. See, sometimes I get a lot of stuff going on and I forget. See, I already had the answer. I'm over here trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do, and my wife already done solved it. But this brain didn't want to hold on to it, did it? This is why we need to be reminded and be okay with it. Like if she would have told me that like 2 years ago, I would have been offended. Oh, I'm live and you said I did something incorrectly while online. Don't do that. Now I don't care. In fact, I want you to see it. I fuck up on here. I don't do it on purpose, but the more you run your mouth, the more you're going to fuck up. Because if I don't fuck up, then guess what? I can't show you how I take care of it. And that's what I do. I literally come on here every day and let you see how I am day to day and what is going on and what is happening so that you can be a part of your own recovery too. So words to this day do still hurt. They can hurt and they can cut very deeply. But on the usual, I can usually, I can usually slide by them. Or, because really, this is just stigma. Oh, you're stupid. So I'm going to explain it to you. See, we have been taught this. That line right there says if you share your feelings, it's bad. That's what that means. Okay. And now what we have is a bunch of people with mental health issues and no safe spaces because they are disappearing. They're disappearing. This is a safe space to a sort. There could still be people come on here that are bombers or whatever through the YouTube and stuff. That's great. Can you do it and tell me when I'm not?
I was just seeing if you wanted to give it out.
I want to experience it first.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you for thinking of me on that. Cool. That's a good place to wrap up. I will let you know, Ingrid, that I have been playing D&D since 1979, and it is actually one of the healthiest outlets I've ever had. I helped start cosplay. I wrote a whole book. On live action role playing, whole system. So, so you tell him to go out there and have a ton of fun. That your friend Dion says, forget them. D&D is awesome. It is. You get a lot out of it. Okay. It's all about people coming together, and it's a group of people figuring out problems together. That's what they're doing, and it's a game. Okay. It can bring up intelligence. There's math involved. There's English involved. There's all sorts of things. It can be kind of confusing. And then you have to get together and figure out the right way as a group. And then that builds camaraderie. D&D is awesome. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. And have a day. Bye-bye. Thanks, Peppy. Sorry I